There's a spirit in the church that God is after in this hour, and it's called a Pharisaic spirit. It's called a religious spirit. It's called a spirit where we stop playing church and become the church for real. I want to tell somebody that there's still oil left. I know they may have wrote you off. I know you may feel like there's nothing left, but God told me to tell you that there's still oil left. Yeah, it ain't over yet. I said it ain't over yet, because in the church we have the type of mentality to where we like to measure ourselves to the next man. And the problem is, what God said is this. He said real healing in this last hour is not going to come from the fragrance that church gives you, because the fragrance that church gives you, they give you judgmentalism. They give you, did you do that again? You still stuck in that? People are supposed to read the Bible by seeing your lifestyle. Not how many scriptures you can quote, not how many scriptures you can bring out, but how you walk the walk, how you love people that have been broken. We're talking about winning, but what about the one that has fell down? Jesus was not just the Jesus of destiny, Peter, but Jesus was the Jesus that when Peter began to doubt and slip down in the sea, it was Jesus that picked Peter up and walked Peter back across the sea. We're driven by destiny, and we're driven by destiny to such a degree that we've lost the revelation of how to bring people into destiny. Destiny is a journey. And the fact that you fell, or the fact that you got stuck, or the fact that you're going through and experiencing things along the way, he told me to tell somebody you're still on the road to destiny. Yeah. He said, because anytime you get to destiny, destiny finds destiny. And so when you look back over the last 8 years, you can say, I've always been on my road to destiny. So what is destiny? Destiny is where I'm at right now. I know winning means get up, get out of it, get over it, and get through it. But God has called just a few people that can really step in the middle and lift the person out of it. When Jesus walked Peter back across the sea, the Bible says he walked him back across the water. I said he walked him back across the water. And sometimes the walk back gets disturbing, because when you walk back, you got to walk close to him. You got to walk with him to such a degree where he's going to tell you maybe how you did the thing you did, why you did the thing you did, but at the same time, he's walking back with you. Don't put me in the hands of somebody that's going to control my destiny or cause me to feel a certain way about myself because of their judgmental attitude, but put me in the hands of a merciful God that's going to understand why I did what I've done, why I feel the way that I feel, and he can counsel me through for real. The Lord is asking the question in this hour is, who's going to stand in the middle place? Who's going to stand and pick up the loser that don't feel like they're actually winning anymore? He was a Jesus that was drawn to pain, and he said, if you're really going to create winners in this secular hour, this mass media hour, this social network hour, this hour to where people get delivered, but they can leave the house and get text messages and go on Facebook and get Twitters and all kind of stuff that can pull them back to where they are. That means they're going to have to be delivered by going into a real house that has real power to lift them out of the pain that you're going through. Somebody say, yes, Lord. When Jesus caught the woman in adultery, and I don't get nervous now, because you know when you start talking about that, then you start bringing your sticks out on what you don't do relative to what somebody else may do. He said, he without sin cast the first stone. They all left. Notice he didn't say he without adultery, because if it was he without adultery, that means I can measure my non-adultery to your adultery, and then I can cast a stone. But he said he without sin cast the first stone. We got to erase the big I's and the little U's and really begin to appreciate what God has done. Therefore, you rejoice in the grace of God. You rejoice and stand in what the price that he's really paid. And you stop flashing your righteousness like your righteousness means something to God.